Hello good people, welcome to another Apex Online Racing event. Tonight we're at Laguna Seca, and I do mean tonight. It's 3 a.m. in the morning and the cars are going around and already warming up track in the desert. It's dark, it's relatively cold for California desert, and the cars are out. We're ready to go. 60 minutes of racing, one compulsory pit stop. No refueling allowed, but tires are mandatory. Coming into this one, Jack Lancaster is on pole position for the championship in P1, with Marcus Deck in P2, Filippo Agugliaro in P3. Luca Renna and Ben Hitchcock round out the top 5. Let's go see what our qualifying for this session looks like. On pole position, we have Daniel Hirsch with a 1:23.613 in his Ferrari. Rob Jackson did a 1:23.712 to put him on the front row as well in P2. Nina Holsch did in P3 did a 1:23.739. Luca Renna did a 1:23.742 in P4. Jan Stevens did 1:23.748 in P5. John Becker did a 1:23.847 in P6. Matthew Henry did a 1:23.874 in P7. Arturas Medvedevas did a 1:23.889 in P8. Jack Lancaster did a 1:23.919 in P9. P10 was Dejan Jokic with the first 1:24, did a 1:24.036. Filippo Agugliaro in P11 did a 1:24.042. Robert Fodor did a 1:24.114 to put him in P12. P13 is ERT Imre, and P14 was Krzysztof Ruskowski with the 1:24.156. In P15 we had Rico Grenla with the 1:24.159. P16 was claimed by Christian Zifar with the 1:24.171. Domagoj Tanzatic did a 1:24.183 in P17. P18 was Ben Hitchcock with the 1:24.273. Stephen Carey in P19 with the 1:24.306. Dami Ayo did a 1:24.354 in P20. James Thresh in 21st did a 1:24.369. 22nd was Sindri Ragnarsson, switching cars to the Audi for the first time, 1:24.414. Bastian Fab did a 1:24.471 in 23rd. Claudio Voodoo in 24th did a 1:24.486. Jürgen Olsen did 1:24.492 in P25. Lance Taylor 1:24.573 in P26. Marcus Deck 24.585 in P27. Phil Swiss did a 1:24.714 in P28. Alexander Fedotkin did the 24.738 in P29. Kakpa Smolinski did the 24.870 in P30. Gregor Franke did the 24.882 all the way in 31st. Dennis Kotrop did the 25.029, our first 25 in 32nd. Martin Top in 33rd did the 125.185. Dmitry Ogorodnikov did not set a valid time, neither did Kulakov Eugene nor Dave Eich. And that is our grid for the start of this race. Now let's go have a look at how the race commenced, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. As well as the driver stand-ins, a quick look at our team leaderboard coming into this one. At the top of the pile is Team Hivemind, 286 points. In P2 of the team championship is Team Shake and Bake. In P3 is the number 1 Deutsche Panzer Division, with our previous leader Kenner Motorsports down in P4. P5 Savannah Team, P6 Tempesto Motorsports, P7 VDES, P8 TWG Racing. In P9 this lone driver of Robert Fodor in the Gentleman's Club, Mission Spino in P10, PRS Motorsports of Jan Stevens in P11. And that is our team championship heading into this race. As always, we join our pole sitter on the front row. This time it's Daniel Hirsch in his 77 Ferrari. As we cross the start-finish line, the lights go green. Daniel Hirsch is off and away to the races. He looks like he is first to turn one. He's going to be first round the double right-hander. A couple of cars trying to file in behind him, and look at that, what a sight to behold. Lights on in the dark, Daniel Hirsch pulling away from the pack. And yeah, it looks like our front of the grid is starting off in the same order they begun, relatively cleanly through. And the front 10 are nice and cleanly away. It looks like there's a little rubbing and touching in the background, but no big incidents to report so far. A good clean race, a couple of cars taking a bit of an escort off of the track to find their way around. It's a very narrow track around here, remember, so any slight deviation from the racing line and you will be on the sand or the gravel. Very impressive race start, if I may say so myself. But on to lap 3, and it's Gregor Franco in his Aston Martin and Kulakov Eugene battling for position. Kulakov with the evergreen Mercedes trying to block up as much of this narrow canal as he can, but he runs wide coming out. He runs very wide, and Gregor Franco just happily takes that on the fast left-hander up the hill. And yeah, Gregor Franco happily up into what looks like P27. Kulakov Eugene going backwards a little bit here. By lap 4 is Dejan Jokic and Krzysztof Rykowski. Dejan Jokic in the 74 Audi and Rykowski in his 24 Aston Martin. The Aston Martin looks like it's hounding Dejan Jokic coming out of the first sector, and Jokic just pulls off a little bit and lets him through. I think that may be yet another. He may be struggling a bit because it looks like Fodor's just about to work his way past him as well. Oh, they're going to be side by side. They're going to be side by side. Nope. I believe Jokic is now defending this position. He must have just had a slow run out. And Fodor looked like he made contact in the background. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Later on in that lap is Christian Zefau and Ataras Medvedevas. It's for P13 and P14. They're almost side by side as they go past the start-finish line. Dami Ayo in the background trying to sniff out any opportunities he can find. Zefau's on the inside of the second corner, the first corner, the double left-hander at the end of the straight. If you've been on this track, you know exactly where I'm referring to. The 237 of Zefau gets to keep the position from Arturas Medvedevas. On lap 6 is Jan Steffens and Luca Renner. It's the 115 Lamborghini of Jan Steffens, PRS Motorsports. And ooh, a little wobble is going to slow him down on the exit. Luca Renner happily chomping onto the position, and he's up into P3. That's Luca Renner overtaking Jan Steffens for place on the podium position. Let's see if we can hold on to that for the rest of the race. It's still early, it's only lap 6. There's a lot of chopping and changing yet to be done. As you can see, there were 2 drivers with penalties, Rykowski and Grenler. They are yet to serve them. They will serve them in their pit stops. By lap 7 is Matthew Henry and Jan Steffens. Jan Steffens currently having a few battles at the front of the pack. Matthew Henry hunting down, and he sends an absolute, oh my word, what a move. sent an absolute dive bomb down and made contact with the driver in P3. That is one that is bound to be looked at by the stewards, causes a bit of a pile-up in the background. Matthew Henry's off and trying to hold on to the position currently, but I am very sure the stewards will be having a very serious look at that towards the end of the race. It's lap 10, it's Robert Fodor and Stephen Carey, number 11 and number 1. Stephen Carey in P9, this is a battle for the top 10. Stephen Carey working his way brilliantly up from the back of the grid all the way up into the top 10 currently and going past Robert Fodor. That is Stephen Carey up to P8. What a fine drive from the Porsche driver. He will be very pleased with this so far. Meanwhile, Robert Fodor will not be best pleased with that going backwards. Here's Dami Ayo coming out of the pits with the stop and go 30. He does have a stop and go 30. What have you done there, friend? That is very unfortunate. That is probably his race put to bed. He looks like he was going for the early pit stop and lost out. He lost out of position to Ben Hitchcock on track. Lost out on the stop and go 30 penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he will have to return to the pits. He's been a very bad boy. Spend 30 seconds in there and then drive out of the pit lane. It's lap 11. Two drivers who began with penalties are still not into the pits. They are slowly chewing their way forward. Jan Steffens and Matthew Henry are once again battling for position. These two, the Matthew Henry's Porsche trusting his brakes implicitly and sending it up the inside of the 115, the 115 in the cutback. Jan Steffens was very good on the brakes, but terrible on the exit there. And sorry, Matthew Henry was the one with the send. Apologies, Jan. I mischaracterized your Lamborghini. Yo, the compost Lamborghini cutting back on the position. Oh my word, what a move by Lance Taylor. He sent it up the inside. Lance Taylor sent it up the inside, and it looks like John Becker's going to take advantage of that. Lance Taylor was the victim of a send, I must say. Apologies, Lance Taylor. I am getting it all over the place today. Yep, and John Becker makes the pass on Lance Taylor after he had a bit of a wobble from Leonard's attack earlier on at the end of the lap. And John Becker is very happy to take that position away from him, and he's somehow further back on the grid. He will be trying to get his car as far forward as he can. It's Robert Fodor and Stephen Carey. These two have been at it from the start of the race. It's lap 15 coming into the hair-screw. Into the hair-screw? The corkscrew. Stephen Carey runs right at the corkscrew. I am losing my words. There's so much excitement for me. Robert Fodor with a very clean pass up the inside. Stephen Carey was caught on the gravel on the exit of corkscrew. All that work to get past Robert Fodor. The pit stops were completed. He had track position and he just gifted it right back to him. So that's Robert Fodor of the Gentleman's Club pulling away from Mission Spinner. Meanwhile, on lap 14, it looks like Dmitry Gorodnikov and Dami Ayo battling for position. Dmitry looks like he's struggling a bit. He's running a little slow there. And Dami Ayo is just... Oh no, that was a front marker. They are currently back markers, Dmitry and Dami Ayo. And in the process of letting through a faster car, Dami Ayo snuck through. He is continuing this habit of being a very sneaky boy. But that's Dami Ayo up into P30, starting from P20th. Dmitry Gorodnikov in another sister Mercedes working his way forward as well. By lap 18 is Dennis Kotrop and Jack Lancaster. Remember, Jack Lancaster at the front of this championship coming into this race. He is currently battling for what is P14 with Dennis Kotrop. Dennis Kotrop in his McLaren and Jack Lancaster in his Aston Martin. The Aston Martin makes it around the outside. He is first to the left-hander up the hill, and Jack Lancaster happily claims that position. That's Jack Lancaster up into P14. As you can see, there's a backmarker of Dami Ayo in the background just enjoying the show. Meanwhile, Luca Renner and John Becker. It's Luca Renner and John Becker on P8 on lap 18 for P26. Luca Renner looking hard on the inside again. Oof. A little bit of contact and he loses out. Luca Renner has to back out of that one. A bit of a send into there, and John Becker just claiming his position. He'll have to regroup and go again. Lamborghini 511 of John Becker keeps the position of P25. Luca Renner is in P26. Looks like he's also struggling a bit in this race. By lap 20, Marcus Deck and Bastian Fab. Marcus Deck also at the front of this championship, currently off the podium places, but we know he has the pace to be able to push for those if he can. This is not how he would want to do it, touching the gravel trap on the exit of the first sector. Bastian Fab in his Porsche happily takes the position off of him. Bastian Fab up into P15 on lap 20. Not much time there, Marcus Deck. You have to work on it to get back your positions if you want that. Kakpa Smolinski up in the background. You can see he's pretty Aston Martin chasing down those cars. Sindri Ragnarsson up into P5. battling with Dumous Tunzetich, it looks like. Tunzetich in the Ferrari, Sindri in the Audi. Remember, Sindri is a TWG Racing. He was in the Mercedes up until this race. So all the points gained up in the first 3 races have been binned by Sindri. He has gone for his comfort car, and it looks like it is doing him very well up into P5, although I do not think he has been to the pit stop yet, but he'll be very pleased with his performance so far. By lap 24 is Gregor Franca and Marcus Deck. Marcus Deck slowly trying to work his way forward. Gregor Franca of Canada Motorsports trying to gain as many points as he can for his team. These two drivers, oh my word, Marcus Deck is off track. Marcus Deck is off track once again, really struggling with the exit of these corners, you know. And Gregor Franca happily takes the position, narrowly avoiding an incident, and is going to be running away. That's Canada Motorsports have overtaken Team Hivemind. Those two are at the front of our team championship, and I would say keep an eye on those. Oh my word, is Marcus Deck once more defending mightily from Krzysztof Rikowski. Rikowski looks on the outside on final corner, sends it up the inside on the exit. A nice little cut back there. They are side by side as we approach the start-finish line. Rikowski is just about in front on the finish line. He's going to be on the inside for the double left-hander. And yes, Krzysztof Rikowski on lap 24 makes it up into P13 from Marcus Deck. Marcus Deck slowly working his way backwards. I'm not sure what's happened to him. He's going to have to compose himself and go again. He's going to be working with Voodoo to gain as many points as he can to keep that top position. Looks like they are both really struggling at this track. I cannot. Voodoo down in 21st. And Marcus Deck with an absolute drift. What a drift. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Toretto from the Fast and Furious franchise will be very proud of that. He's going to try and get this position back from Filippo, but Filippo had the better run out of the corner. He's got to be better in the first sector. Marcus Deck has got to keep it together. Whatever he's doing is not helping his tires. That's not how he wants to get around the track, if he can help it. But he must have felt very terrifying. Stephen Carey, the comrade once more, in his Red Bull liveried Porsche, chumps a bit of the gravel on the exit of the corkscrew, is giving Bastien Faber nice line of attack around the outside. What an overtake from Bastien Faber in the 3rd sector. Wow. Very good driving there, Bastien, in the 69 Porsche. It's a Porsche on Porsche affair. Stephen Carey just got his break in and he's got his lines wrong and fluffed it up a bit. He's going to have to work his way back there. Meanwhile, Martin Top and Dumous Tunzetich. Martin Top in the Aston Martin, Dumous Tunzetich on the inside with his Ferrari. This is at the end of the 3rd sector, approaching the start-finish line. Is once again is side by side. I could not tell you who was in front of that, but it looks like Dumous has made it in front of. Oh my word, Dumous is in front of Martin. Yes, he is first in the double left-hander. He gets to claim the position. He's up into P20. He claims the final position in the top 20, and what a train forming behind them. Meanwhile, lap 29, Bastien Faber, remember he pulled off that fantastic overtake earlier. He's chasing down Arturas Medvedevas. Oh, he has a bit of a wheel. He has a bit of a wobble. He puts it in the wall. Sorry, Arturas Medvedevas just goes past him. 116, Arturas Medvedevas goes past him. Very unfortunate for Bastien Faber. He is stuck in the wall there. I cannot tell you what happened to him. He will. Oh, that looks like a cause to be. Yep, I think he has had to take a toll to the pits. What an absolute smack of the wall. He will not be very happy with that after such a good drive up. Meanwhile, it's lap 31. It's for P10. Arturas Medvedevas chasing down Mathieu Henry, and I believe that's Kakpa Smolenski in the background. Mathieu Henry, let the pressure get to him. He's on the gravel. He's going to lose one. He's going to lose 2 positions there. He lost the position out to Arturas Medvedevas and Kakpa Smolenski. Smolenski already on the charge, trying to find a way past Medvedevas if he can, but it looks like he has it all under control, approaching the corkscrew, and yes, Medvedevas takes up P9 from Kakpa Smolenski. Once again, Marcus Deck, he's in the gravel trap. This is not where you want to be, Marcus. You're currently in P19, working your way backwards, and there's Dumous. There's Dumous Tunzetich. There's Dumous with the hard send on the final corner. It looks like Marcus Deck is really struggling out there with his tires. All that drifting eventually comes back to bite you in the backside. But he's just hanging on. He's just about hanging up to a position in the top 20. As many points as he can garner for his team is what he'll be looking for. But I can tell you, the Voodoo team, Team Hivemind Voodoo and Marcus Deck will be trying to fight. They'll be looking forward to the next race. They will not be best pleased with this one. But it's Alexander Fedotkin and Bastien Faber on lap 33. We know that Bastien has the cojones to send some absolute moves, and he does once more. It's the 3rd sector. He takes it out the inside, and it looks like he's just going to be first in the next quarter. Yeah, Alexander Fedotkin is actually struggling out there, or Bastian Fab is driving like a man on a mission. He is currently up into P14 once more. Remember, he was in the top 10, he was running comfortably till he had his little accident. Oh, and here's Dami Ayo. Here's Dami Ayo chasing in P27, chasing down Kulikov Eugene. Is he going to be able to find a way past? And, oh, oof, big oof. Kulikov under pressure, touches the curb, comes back across the track, and Dami Ayo plows through the front fender. That's another one that maybe have to look at by the stewards. Very unfortunate there. A bit of an unforced error by the Evergreen Mercedes. And yeah, I think this is a replay of the incident we just saw, because it's the same two cars again. It's Kulikov Eugene and Dami Ayo. Yes, there he goes. Kulikov had a little bit of a wobble on the gravel, bit of oversteer, lost control of the car, comes back across. Dami Ayo not quick enough to react, make contact with his fellow Mercedes driver. This is not what we want to see. Toto will not be pleased with that. But onto lap 39, Jack Lancaster and Christian Zifau are battling for position. It's the Aston Martin advantage of Jack Lancaster at 62. Christian Zifau defending from him in front. Approaching the corkscrew, Zifau misjudges his lines once more. He's onto the curbs. He loses about 3 positions there. He did lose 3 positions. Oof, one small mistake. Close to the end of the race, and he lost 3 positions out. Christian Zifau, very unlucky. Drops from P5 all the way down to P8 it looks like, but Jack Lancaster happily claiming those positions. Kulikov Eugene once more on track. I think he's just driving on his own now. He's trying to make a recovery after what happened to him earlier. Looks like the Mercedes were really struggling today, down in P26, 27th and 28th. There's only one Mercedes in the top 20, and I believe that is Robert Fodor, although he is running for a podium position currently. So maybe the drivers are not the cars after all. By lap 40 is Sindri Ragnarsson and Bastian Fab. Bastian defending from Sindri. Sindri in the 811 Audi. Look at the train of cars in front. Bastian having to take to the escape because I think he misjudged his braking, and Sindri just happily gliding in behind. Now he's got 2 Lexi in front of him to follow down. It's Fedorkin and Grella in front of him, with the fantastic driving Bastian Fabre. I think he's very mercurial currently. When he's on, he's on. His skills are on point, but when he's not, he's off track, and he's going to have to fix that to get better positions as the race goes on, or as the season goes on, I must say. Meanwhile, at the end of the race is Nina Horsch, leading from Jan Stiffens, leading from Robert Fodor. Nina Horsch crosses the line in that pretty-looking Kenner Motorsport Aston Martin Vantage. There he is, P1, uncontested at the end of the race. Nina Horsch in P1, Jan Stiffens in P2. Looks like, ooh. Looks like a battle for P3. And we have a battle for P3 right at the end of the race. It's last lap. Robert Fodor defending mightily from Stephen Carey. It looks like Dami Ayo and looks like some backmarkers are battling for position up in front. Dami Ayo and Claudio Voodoo. This is going to hold up our drivers battling for the final position of the podium spots. It's P3 and P4. Stephen Carey making a move around the outside. Oh, Robert Fodor defending. Oh my word, there's contact. They make contact. Stephen Carey carries the position. Stephen Carey's up into P3. Robert Fodor's losing positions behind him. Stephen Carey's going to cross the line in P3. Robert Fodor's going to cross the line in P4. And I will bet you the stewards are going to have another look at that. But our podium for today is Nina Horsch, Jan Stevens, Stephen Carey, and Robert Fodor in the first Mercedes. Very unlucky Robert Fodor. What a race they've had from start to finish, Fodor and Carey. Ooh. Once more, the racing, Apex Online Racing. This time is Season 7, Tier 6. Some fine driving all over the grid, and I cannot... Ooh, I am at a loss for words. Well done, people. Well done, drivers. Let's go have a look at the total results. Apologies. We'll have a look at the total results, and then we'll look at the standings for the championship, both drivers and team afterwards. After all the racing, Nina Horsch is in P1 for Kenner Motorsports. Fantastic results. Jan Stiffens in P2. Stephen Carey managed to get past Fodor claimed third position, and I'm sure the stewards will be looking at that. We'll let you know what happens. ERT Imre P5, Gregor Franke P6, Medvedev P7, Jack Lancaster, championship leader in P8, Kakpa Smolinski P9, Zefal P10, Wikowski 11, Matthew Henry 12th, Federkin 13th, Rico Grenler 14th, Sindri Ragnarsson of TWG Racing, first time out in his Audi, makes it up to P15, his best result so far. Bastian Faber in 16th, Filippo Agugliaro 17th, Dimagoj Tonzatic in 18th. No, Dejan Jokic in 18th, Dimagoj Tonzatic 19th, Luca Renna 20th, Dennis Kotrop 21st, Jon Becker 22nd, Marcus Deck 23rd, Martin Top 24th, Dami Ayo 25th, Claudio Voodoo 26th, Kulakov Eugene 27th, Ogorodnikov 28th, James Thresh 29th, Taylor 30th, Ben Hitchcock 31st, Olsen 32nd, Swiss 33rd, Jackson 34th, Damien Hirsch 35th, and Daniel Ike 36th. Dave Ike, sorry. Ike did not manage to put in any laps through the race. I think he had a mechanical issue. Hirsch starting on pole position, only finished one lap before he retired from the race. Rob Jackson did not also finish. He could only put in 6 laps before he had his issues. Phil Swiss and Jan Olsen, 32nd and 33rd, only finished 11 laps. Ben Hitchcock called it a day at 14 laps in, and Lawrence Taylor managed to complete 21 laps. Now let's go see our driver standings for the season so far. After race 4, our driver standings are as follows. From P44 to P47, I've not been able to gain any points at all. So, or from P43 to P47, I've not been able to gain any points at all. P42 is Nicholas Murray. 41st, Oliver Nerb. 40th, Noah Hendricks, who has not been around because he's in a different tier. Michael Clayton is in P39. Rob Jackson 38, Martin Top 37, Dennis Kotrop 36, Sindri Ragnarsson in 35th, Dmitry Ogoronikov 34th, Piotr Weingold 33rd, Dan Lees 32nd. In 31st we have Matthew Henry, 43 points, Kulakov Eugene 30th, Phil Swift 29th, Domagoj Tonzatic 28th, Bastian Farb 27th, James Thresh 26th, Daniel Hirsch 25th, ERT 24th, Dominic Huber 23rd, John Becker 22nd, Christian Zufal 21st, Jürgen Olsen 20th, Lance Taylor 19th, Dami Ayo in 18th, Claudio Voodoo in 17th. In B16 is Stephen Carey with 137 points. So his podium pulling him a lot further forward than he was previously. And our top 15. In P15 we had Jan Stephens of PRS Motorsports in his Lamborghini, 137 points. Ben Hitchcock in P14 after a miserable race for him, and he still has 142 points. In P13 is Krzysztof Rikowski with 143 points. Arturas Medvedevas in P12 with 146 points. Gregor Franke in P11 with 147. In P10 we have Rico Grenler also on 147 points, although he does have more license points than Gregor Franke, so he's got to be a bit more careful. Dejan Jokic in P9 with 153 points. In P8 is Luca Renna, 155 points in his Ferrari. P7 Alexander Fedotkin in his Lexus, 157 points. Kakpa Smolinski, Aston Martin in P6, 183 points. In P5 is the McLaren of Marcus Deck at 183 points. In P4 is Robert Fordo, the highest ranking AMG, I believe, with 188 points. In P3 is Filippo Agugliaro in his Aston Martin, 190 points. In P2 is another Aston Martin, Nino Hosch, 201 points. That means our leader is still Jack Lancaster with 259 points, currently an Aston Martin lockout off the front of the grid. Thank you, people. Let's have a quick look at the team standings. And in P11, we have PRS Motorsports of Jan Stevens. In P10 is TWG Racing. P9, Mission Spino. In P8, it's Tempesta Motorsports. P7 is Gentleman's Club. In P6 is VDS. In P5, Savannah Team. In P4 is the number 1 Deutsche Panzer Division. And the third spot is Team Shake and Bake with 243 points. In P2, we have Team Hivemind. The McLarens are down with 310 points. That means the Kenner Motorsports of the Aston Martins is up into P1 with 348 points. It's official, people. We have a new leader of the championship. So well done to the Kenner Motorsport drivers. What can I say? We're looking forward to the next race. It's down at Bathurst. It's going to be wet. And we know that Bathurst has lots of opportunities for all kinds of shenanigans. Join us next week. And looking forward to seeing you all then. Anyway, till then, have a good time, people.